LEGO needs to release more sets like this. The Baranus V7 is just a perfect Bionicle set. Why is that? Well, let's break it down in today's video. We're also going to check out the parts selection of this set and see how these pieces can be used to build your own cool creations. And let's see how this set can be rebuilt and remastered. Let's dive in. So if you're familiar with 2009 Bionicle sets, you'll know that it takes a lot of influence from ancient Rome. I mean, heck, the characters are literally called Glottorians, clearly a name that originates from gladiator. So the fact that LEGO said, hey, we need to build a larger style vehicle. Let's make it a frickin' Roman gladiator style chariot. That just wonderfully fits into the themes and ideas of this wave of sets. And you know, we hadn't really seen anything like this before. It was just so fresh and so fun. I mean, come on. What's cooler than a sick orange Ogori riding on a wagon that's kitted out with blades, armor, buzzsaws, and even shields? And that wagon is being pulled by a cool looking green beast with 2 heads. This is so metal. But the set goes further than just looking cool and fitting the theming. The story behind this set, the canon story, it elevates the set even more. So, these Baranus-style transports, they were originally transports meant for members of the Rock tribe, and they were used in the past, in an older war called the Core War. After this conflict, these vehicles were mostly destroyed or damaged, but a man named Shamad, he found one, and he used it for his own purposes. Now, Shamad, he was an Ogori from the Iron tribe. The Iron tribe was unfortunately mainly wiped out by a mysterious plague, so there weren't many members left. I don't know, something about that story for him, it makes this guy feel even more special. We're getting a member of a race that's on the brink of extinction. So it turns out other Ogori didn't really want to be around Shamad because they feared that him and any of the other surviving members of his tribe might be able to somehow pass the plague onto them. So Shamad said, hey, I'm gonna seek revenge on these guys. So he ends up capturing and selling off the Ogori to the Rock tribe. Dang, Shamad, you're a terrible person. Oh yeah, and the creature that he's with is called Spigot. They're meant to be a rather vicious and hostile creature. And as we see on the box art, these creatures can be on all 4 legs, or they can kind of stand up like this. They kind of take on qualities of a bear to some degree. Anyway, look, the backstory for this set is a little bit limited. I told you pretty much all of it, but I love the world building that this gives us. You learn about past conflicts like the Core War. You realize that, hey, there's a deeper history to this world. It's not just the current events. There's a big, deep past. You also learn about events like this plague. You learn about the Iron tribe that no longer exists. And you get an insight into the transportation vehicles, war vehicles, and some of the beasts and creatures that live out in the desert world of Baramagna. Heck, you even realize that this world is not just sunshine and rainbows. There are slaves, there's human trafficking. This world is wild. Honestly, LEGO, why did you put this in? This is so dark. This is a kid's toy. Anyway, look, this set really helps build out the world. And I think that's cool, even if it is a bit dark. So hey, to get a really different, creative, and fun LEGO set like this, one that really invites you into a rich, wild, and dark world, I like that. I also like the way that Spigot uses this Gresh blade for spikes on his back. You know, this is the same piece that came as a sword and a shield on the set Gresh. That's a clever way to use this piece. I also like the Technic focus on the chariot itself. You can see there's a bunch of lift arms at the back here. It makes me wish that more like modern Technic sets tried to introduce some sort of Bionicle style characters. If Technic was like the backdoor way that we get Bionicle G3, I'd love that. And if it looked something like this, I'd love that even more. And Shamad, despite being a bit of a simple design, he still looks great. I love this new orange mask, and the small hints of black armor spikes on his shoulders. It's a nice touch. Some of the other Ogori didn't have armor here at all. I'm glad they put this in. So look, I think this set has it all. Any LEGO set can look good, but when it has a really rich story that enhances the lore and the world, then it's great. Then it's perfect. So alright, it's good, but how good are the pieces? Let's check them out. Let's start off with Spiket's mask. The fun thing about this mask is it's actually double-sided, so you can flip this baby around and make a totally original character. Ozcabot took advantage of this, and now he's built this really cool character. I like how the tubing and these Technic pieces make it look like he's got a breathing mask. Or maybe you can take some notes from Care Creations. It turns out this piece looks great as leaves. The shape, the color, it's perfect. These look awesome. Now for Shamad's mask. OKSusu02 continues to use this as a face, but the builder has taken advantage of some of the natural gaps in this piece. So now it's got creepy looking eyes. Turns out you can add a jaw at the bottom, and it looks great. I always like a mask like this that allows for a lot of room for customization. It's even got wings at the back. Sweet. We also have Gresha's blade. Since you only have one of them, how could you use just one? Well, why not look at what Fiery Steinmox has done and embed it into Kazani's face to give him a sweet mohawk? That looks great. And when we compare it to the original face on the original set, yeah, it's kind of a nice upgrade, isn't it? The set of course also includes these wheel pieces. I like what Krakenbonks has done, using 2 of them on each arm to give him these big bulky gauntlets. And then 2 more on top for shoulder pads. Oh, this rules. Over to this piece. You just get 1 in the set, but Alex C. Parsons shows us, hey, you can mount this onto the arm of a Toa and turn it into either some sick armor or a really nice shield. If you're looking for that kind of thing, this is the perfect piece to use. And finally, what about this whip or a kind of like tentacle piece that comes in this set? Doom District uses a few of them on the back of this mock. And I like it. It looks a bit like darkness is emanating out of this character's body. They're so powerful, they're so evil, that these little wisps of inky black are constantly flowing and moving out of his very body. Very nice. That is the pieces in this set. But why don't we check out a revamp? Brick Pharaoh presents us with quite a few fancy upgrades. It's great to see Spiket now has a ton of armor. It's also nice to see a little bit of sand green being introduced. All of those colors look so nice together. And I think the touch of more armor just makes sense. This is inspired by a Roman chariot, and originally this was a vehicle for war. Bunch more armor just makes sense. Even the inclusion of some of these gold Iruni shields on the chariot itself. Such a good idea. I like the fact that this piece is very rectangular, very flat. So it allows you to really like armor up and kind of put panels up here. It allows you to keep the kind of original shape that you do see on a lot of chariots. But at the same time, you get a lot of texture because that's just how this piece looks. It's a good look. And how about Spiket's new faces? I like that original mask a lot, but I like this a lot as well. It's making use of some pieces that came on Lloyd's dragon from the Lego Ninjago movie. Here it's used on the nose, but reshaping it to make it the jaw. Awesome. Honestly, I just like seeing people using parts from this set. A lot of the pieces that come in it, they're perfect for Bionicles. Dude, this looks so good. And there you have it, a perfect revamp and a perfect Bionicle set. Do you like this one as much as I do? And did you like the mocks that I showed you today? Because if you did, take a look at the links below. There you can find more from the builders I spoke about. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. I'm sorry, I'm still on that. Shamad is essentially doing human trafficking and slavery. What the heck, man? Lego, this is a children's toy.